All right, everybody, it's Scott Pierce here at Listings to Leads. Welcome to the call. Welcome from or hello from cold Atlanta. Yeah, I'm telling you. Is the weather's still pretty nasty in a lot of places, huh? I'm in California, it's pretty mild out here. We usually just get rather we it's either hot as heck or raining. So that's what we get. But Flagstaff. Oh, Joanna, in fact, I'll give you the link right now. Joanna, you asked for this link. I was going to get it to you after the call. And if there's anybody that is waiting on me for the books, the booklets, the presentations, please ping me. We get a lot of orders. We are going to build a better process for getting all this stuff out. But if you're waiting on an order, whether it's to approve it or where are they at, send a message to me or send it to support either way and let us know. We want to get these in your hands as quickly as possible because they work in getting listings. And I want you all getting listings because then you're happy, I'm happy. And Joanna says, what platform? What do you mean by what platforms? I'm not sure what you mean by what platform. And Carla, awesome. Good to see ya. So whoever wants to get a listing in the next 2 weeks, and then start getting listings consistently, this is one of the best ways to do it. Oh, somebody in Fairfield, California. Oh, you can just ping me, Scott, SAOTT at listings2leads.com. Just the regular email. Yeah, Joycelyn, I know I got you as well. But yeah, so Joycelyn, ping me because what happens is I start emailing you and then you email me back a edit and then I email you back to confirm. And then sometimes it just gets lost in the shuffle. I'm not the best for this kind of stuff. And unfortunately, I'm the one that's handling it right now. I have brought in Vince and some of our support people to start helping me out to make sure that we don't get things lost in the shuffle. Because like I said, as you see the success, whether it is JJ or Scott, right? There's so many great ways to start listing expireds. It's absolutely nuts. And the first thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to put the link to, now this is not the end all be all. There's 2 links I'm going to give everybody. The first one there is for listings2leads.com/expireds. And on that page, we got some great information. And we talk about the landing pages that we've got. We talk about the PDF guides. Some of the stuff on here is relevant to what we're going to talk about today, but I like to focus on these presentations. Why? Because these presentations, when we leverage the success that other people have had, all right, whether it's JJ, where she would call and text, whether it's John Summers, he would call and pop over, Scott Murray, door knocking, Gwen Dorsey, a little bit of all of it. All right. Cindy as well. She was doing the text and the letter. So there are so many ways to have success with this. And all of you are going to do it differently. I don't care if I sit here and tell you 1, 2, 3. All of you are going to come back at me with a different version of 1, 2, 3. All right. Just the way it is. Now, this is not as simple as 1, 2, 3, but it is simple. All right. It's very simple. All you got to do is start getting the discipline, the habit of knocking a little bit out of it every day. And you're going to see pretty quickly the success that you can have with it. Are we just giving them this book, Charisse? Yes and no. It's not like we just give it to them. Okay. But to your point, the quicker we get this in their hands, the better. All right. But it's obviously, how do we do it? All right. How do we do it? What's the manner in which that we do it? All right. The follow up after we do it. So we're not going to just drop this into their hands and walk away and expect them to sign a listing agreement out of the blue. All right. The next thing I want everyone to get yourselves over to, and that is our school classroom. So I'm going to put the link in here as well. You can always go into the mastermind group and ask for these links as well. In fact, John Blaze, if you're on this call, thank you so much. John was very nice, and a little bit earlier, somebody was in the mastermind group and she had, oh, that's funny. Do we have foreclosure marketing? Yeah, we do. Yeah, actually, we do. So Mindy had asked about where do we order these booklets from? And John popped in with that link, and that's the same link I just put above. All right. And I said, thank you, John. And Mindy, let me know if you have any questions. So, Mindy, if you're on this call, make yourself known. So let's do this. Let's go back to the school classroom. I'm going to give you all the invite link right now. If any of you want to request access, there we go. Boom, invite, copy, StreamYard. Let me find StreamYard. There we go. So if any of you want to request access to that group, you'll get access. And then school can be a little bit difficult, but up in the top left here, right? So these are all the different classrooms I belong to. And you'll just use that to find the Listings to Leads lab. And let's see, we'll get her, we'll get Bill. Bill, are you on this call? In fact, Bill, I want to hear from you because I think I looked in your, it's not that I looked into your account, but I noticed in your account that you had a lot of expireds, I think. And I'd love to hear, Bill, what you're doing with that, or maybe it was something else I saw, but you're doing a lot of stuff along this line. So I'd love to see what it was that you were doing. Yeah. Jamela, awesome. Nice to see you. So again, everyone, if you want to request access to this group here, notice, and again, school is a little bit, it's not the easiest thing. I'll tell you what I'm doing. I'm going to go over here to my other monitor and I'll do one more quick sweep right now to accept all these other people that have asked. All right. And for everybody else, I will get you after the call. Miriam just got you. Oh my gosh. All right. Give me 1 second. Let me just, for those of you that are already a member, I apologize. Jonathan Smith, boom, there you go. You're in. And one more, like 5 more seconds here, because it's going to be better if everybody can access what we're looking at. All right, perfect. All right, start here. A little bit of a intro. We do live calls every Monday and Wednesday, 7 a.m. Pacific, 10 a.m. East Coast time. And then again at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. East Coast time. They're live Zoom calls. You can hop on there and it's just dedicated to everything that's in here. And sometimes we go off on kind of random tangents. We categorize, open up success stories. So you'll see success stories, open it up. There are 3 videos. I highly recommend that you watch all 3 of them. They're 5 to 15 minutes long. They're 5 to 15 minutes long each. So they're pretty short, pretty on point. And they walk you through their scripts. They walk you through the steps of what they're doing. They ask questions that Vince and I ask them. Absolutely phenomenal. All right. So all 3 of these videos you want to watch because they, like I said, they literally walk you through what they say, what they do, the types of expireds they're going after. And then the last one here, this guy right here put $32 million had $32 million in production last year and put $2.7 million into the pipeline in 3 days of door knocking. And that's what I mean. You can call, you can text, you can email. We've got letters, we got the presentations. You can mail, you can door knock. There's so many ways of having success. In the school here, if you lose it later, you can always click here to order these presentation booklets. So there's a link right here where you can order. When you order the presentation booklets, you're going to order both the setup, all right, because there's a setup. So I can order now, and you'll pay for the setup. And then you can order copies, 10, 20, 30, and we've even got one, a 40 version, all right, because the whole goal is getting these into the hands of expired homeowners. There is a flip book link. So when we text and we email, we can send them the flip book, which is awesome. All right. Pedro, Esther, Kim, Levi, Charles Hall, you're all in. So it's not like we just have the hard copy flip book only. We're going to have an online digital flip book version, right? So there's a URL that we can send via text, via email, but then we're going to have this version as well. All right. Back in school, I'm not going to get into it too much right now, but we have A leads, and this is what I'll focus on today. These are the high end luxury listings. All right. So they're like the top 5, top 10% price point in your area. Something else about it, maybe it's the location, right? Everything about that makes it an A lead. All right. We got A, we got B, we got C. So for the A leads, and I'm going to walk you through how to add the that listing to your account in listings to leads, where you can prepare this flip book. So this is the digital online version, and then this is essentially just the print version. All right. So I got the link where I can text this to them, I can email it to them, but then I can also print it, and then I can door knock. And that's their home. That's literally their home on the cover. That's their name. That is their address. All right. That's their address. And all throughout this booklet, this presentation, that is their home. That is their home all the way throughout. And what is so powerful about whether it is the dedicated, all right, the dedicated presentations for a specific property, or it's the general one that you order from us. All right. So these are for the B and the C leads that you order from us. They all contain the domain, like you see right here. So check this out, 834 Mazarian.worldsbestlisting.com. When you are in a listing presentation, you should be pointing that domain out. That domain, people absolutely love it. Please, I want the link. Mine's still showing. Yeah, it might still show pending for a little bit, but it'll let you in there. Yeah. Yeah. And again, get into the mastermind group later if you can't access the school. Right now, just watch what I'm doing. All right. Don't worry about you getting into the school right now, because you're going to hop around and get lost. I want you really more paying attention to me. And then I'll make sure after we get done, anyone that has requested, I'll make sure that you get in there. But again, this presentation, when you are talking to whether it's a listing presentation or an expired homeowner, one of the things you want to do is point out that domain, right? So when I market your property, we're going to have a domain with your street address .worldsbestlisting.com. Now, listings to leads, we got, I think, 7 or 8 domains. So it could rotate, and you can select America's Best Listing, the Best Listing, so on and so forth. So we have a lot of great domains that you can use here. As they go through here, we got the QR codes and the text codes. So they will be able to, let me just delete those. They will be able to scan the QR code and see the single property website. And people absolutely love this, where I'm looking at my home, right? Again, this is for an expired, but this could be for a regular listing presentation as well. And I'm sitting here looking at my home on my phone. So you literally just got your presentation now right on my phone. Just knocks it absolutely out of the park, right? Again, they're home on every single page. Then we talk about coming soon, just listed, open houses, active, pending, that we're going to keep marketing it even though you get into a contract, right? We don't stop marketing until we close escrow, marketing to just sold, right? Talk about weekly traffic reports, your client reviews right here. And then I'll show you where the introduction is. And then I'll also show you where the coming soon, because you may or may not want that. Real quickly, as a little bit of an aside, I say leave coming soon, even if you don't do coming soon marketing specifically. Talk about the coming soon as when you're doing the pre-listing work or the pre-go to market work, like taking photographs, making sure everything looks good. If you got to do any light staging or clean up in the property, any of the things that you need to do before it actually goes live, that would fit really nicely as a conversation under the coming soon section. So if you do coming soon marketing, great, then leave it in here for sure. But even if you don't actually do coming soon marketing, all right, I would still leave it there so that you can talk again relating to the photos. Maybe I do a property video, maybe you do a 3D tour. So some of these activities that you do, this allows that conversation a little bit easier than if that page was not there. The QR codes, the text codes, the domains are all automatic. You don't need Canva for anything. Yeah, for this presentation here, you don't need Canva for anything. So Joycelyn, what you're referring to is you're referring to the letter. All right. So you're referring to the expired letters, which I'll touch on a little bit later. But for these, it's just completely automatic. And I'm going to walk you through how to actually create that. So we have the B leads. Now I'm not going to go through this, but in your account, and I'll show it to you. What I've done is imagine you got a listing, all right, 843 Mazarean Lane, Rockland, California. Listing has a street address. For my B leads, I want to have a presentation. And these are the ones that you can order from us. I want to have a presentation that's available at all times that I can use for any expired homeowner in my area without having to create specifically a presentation for them. For my A leads, creating it, printing it, using it, great. For my A leads, I can't do these for every single expired in my area. Now, people like Bill Nazareth will, all right, people like Bill Nazareth will. Hey, Carl, I'm explaining it right now. I'm literally explaining it right now. The A's, you're going to add them to your account as a specific listing with status expired. So when I'm in my account, check this out here. So when I'm in my account, you will see, and so I got these 2 expired listings right here. Hopefully you can see them. And one says 834 Mazarean Lane. That's a expired. That's high end, top 10% in price point, good location, great property. It's an A. I've identified that as an A lead for my expireds. I can't add 30, 40 of them. I could. It's just a lot of work. That's a lot of work. So what I do for all the B leads, all right, so these are the people below A. So, if your A leads are going to be $1 million and more, all right, just whatever, right? It's going to be different in every area. But let's just say for me, my A leads are anything over 1 million in a certain geographical area. And even then it's going to be a little bit subjective, right? Some I may look at and go, and there might be something else that I say that is an A lead, but whatever. A leads get added to my account like a regular listing, but it's going to be status expired. And when I do that, I get the flip book right here. I get the flip book. I get the downloadable PDF. So I can download the PDF, print it, and have it available. Now, it's not as nice. Don't take this the wrong way. When I print this at home, it's not going to be as nice as what you order from us, because when you order these from us, they look like a magazine. I mean, they look straight up like a magazine. But you can't order from us one at a time. It'd be way too expensive. It's just not worth it. Now you can print them locally. All right. Now I've literally got clients that will print these locally. Now they'll do it at an actual listing presentation. But when I print this at home for this A lead, right? 834 Mazarean Lane, that's an A expired lead. The fact that it's got their home and their name and their address on the cover. Look at that. Can you see? It's a little bit blurry. Hopefully you can see, but that's their address and that's their name on the cover and that's their home. That blows their socks off. That blows their socks off. All right. Now for the B, no, yeah, and all you have to do when adding an A lead to your account, you just go, I'll show you here. On the listings page, you're going to go add listing, manual, just like in the listing presentation. Vicky, we do, but here's the template. And I got templates for the emails. I got templates for the text messages. I got email templates for the letters. Like there's templates, but for the presentations, the template is, are you going to add their name and address, or are you going to use the general one? So if this was an A expired, I would go expired. All right. I'm going to add their name, just like I'm doing a listing presentation. All right. And then I'm going to add the street address. And you don't have to add zip code, but whatever. I'll just put zip code and that's it. And then just a photo of their property. Now, if you can find a photo of the property on Zillow, on just you Google the property and you find a photo, great. If not, down here, I've got a post under direct mail. Yeah, under direct mail, how to make Google Street View photos look amazing. And just a couple of examples. All right. So you can go to Google Street View, take a screenshot of the house. I got clients that go to the property and take a picture if it's an A listing. But check this out. That's from Google Street View. And I ran it through Chat GPT and it gave me that back. Because I'm not going to use this photo right here that you're looking at in a presentation. That would look garbage, right? That looks awful. And so here's what it looks like after I ran it through Chat GPT. And here's the prompt. The prompt was literally, I copied the screenshot from Google Maps into Chat GPT. And I said, can you make this look sharp without the cars so I can use in my marketing in landscape format? It's not rocket science. Boom. Took about 30 seconds, pumped that out. Beautiful. No cars, looks amazing. In fact, it probably looks better than what they were using initially in the MLS. Looks beautiful. So that's the photo I'm going to upload here. Back in listings to leads, right? Name, email, phone number, property address. And then on this page, I just upload a photo of the property. Do you have to add a home to print the expired birth? For the A's, you do. For the A's, you do. Now, for the B's, you don't. But I'm going to show you on the B's in a second here, because you should add a expired B to your account. And I'm going to show you that. And I'll show you that next. And then I'm going to just delete the old photo. So there's like a default photo. Once you upload the photo you're going to use, delete this one. That's just if you don't have any photo. And for an A, you're not going to do that. For an A, you will get a photo of the property where humanly possible. And just click through. Just going to click, get back to the main page. And in about a minute and a half, that flipbook will be generated. And it's going to have Carla Jones, 789 Maple Drive, Folsom, California on the cover. It'll have her home on the cover. And then on every page in the flipbook and the PDF will be her home. And so these are my A leads. Does that make sense? Are we all good on the A leads? Jimmy or Jimmer, great question. You would use, and thank you for mentioning that. I apologize. I should have mentioned that a little bit earlier. There's a tab here called Daily, add 5 to 10 new expireds. All right. When I click on that, you're going to use like My Plus Leads, Rudex, Vulcan 7. Sometimes you can use your MLS combined with, Remine. And maybe sometimes MLSs will give you programs like this. Talk to your broker if you need to. All right. Talk to your broker if you need to. I'm going to come back to My Plus Leads a little bit later, but I'll leave that there for now. But back in listings to leads. All right. So let me refresh and see if this is ready. Usually it's like a minute and a half to 2 minutes, and this is going to be good to go. So let's come back to 789 Maple Drive in a minute. So that's our A lead. All right. So that's our A expired. For the B's, all right, now we're going to create just one, and this will be the presentation that we use for all of our B leads. All right. A leads Each one of them gets a specific, their own dedicated flip book and print presentation. Make sense? So A's, 1-to-1. Each one of them gets their own. Notice right here, I have this other expired listing, and it says A Beautiful Home, Greater Atlanta. All of my B leads get that one right there. They all get the same one. They're all because they're B leads. And to add it in your account, what you're going to do, and if you can log in and do this with me, or you can watch the recording. If you're watching the video recording, you can pause this as needed, but you're going to go add listing manual. It's almost the same thing. Select expired. And we're not going to add a name, email, or phone number because this is not dedicated to any one person. But in the headline, and I got this from somebody else, I'm going to go 100 plus point home marketing plan to get your home. And I'll drop this into the chat. When other agents. All right, so the headline I got for that. And so this is the only kind of weird part. For street, A Beautiful Home. City, just use the largest sales area for your area that's appropriate. So for example, I could do Placer County. I could do Sierra Nevada Foot Hills. I could do Northern California. All right. So I could do whatever. Save and add photos. And then for the photo, find an old sold listing. One of the things I recommend is find an old sold listing. In fact, give me a second here. Let me bring up, I always forget to do this. Let me bring up ChatGPT. And I'll show you what I've done in the past because I don't want to use stock photos. They look like trash. They just look like garbage. But I don't necessarily want to use a specific image of a previous listing. So let me show you. I apologize. I should have had this up ahead of time. I always forget to bring it up. This will be good enough. I'll bring it over here to where we're at. So you might, for example, find a listing find a photo of a home in your area. Go to Zillow, go to realtor.com, go to your IDX website, go take a picture yourself of a great looking home in the area. Okay. We're going to use that as a reference. We're not going to use that photo. We're going to just use it as a reference only. And then copy it into ChatGPT or Gemini, whatever your favorite program, your AI program is. And just say, make this look different. All right. So I've already done that here. You see the landscaping is different. The tree is gone. I could even say, let's change the color of the bricks from brown to gray or brown to, I don't know. Yeah. Dark gray, and make the roof a different color, but still appropriate for home styles in Folsom, California, like that. Because what I'm looking for here is I just want a home that people in the area will recognize. Does that make sense? Yeah, Joycelyn, exactly right. Exactly right, Joycelyn. Perfect. Yeah, take an old sold photo or an old listing photo and just run it through ChatGPT and say, change the color. A really easy one is change the landscaping, change the garage. So if it's like a single garage door, make it a double. Maybe change the windows a little bit, change the landscaping and the trees a little bit. I just don't want to use anyone's actual home in this presentation. Does that make sense, everybody? And you can see here how easy it is. to do. It'll take a few seconds. I could have used the images application in Chat GPT. It's six of one, half a dozen of another, right? All right. Let me know. Everyone give me a yes if that makes sense. And if you're comfortable using an old sold listing, what you do is what you're going to do. I don't think there's anything wrong with it per se. Like I said, and hey, if sometimes you'll get an image back and say, wait, you didn't do what I asked you to do. Just be like, listen, I said, sometimes the AI will get a little bit goofy. Yeah. Let's let it come up, come up, come up. Now, one of the things I'll mention while we're waiting for this is when I'm going through my daily expireds in My Plus leads or your MLS or RedX or whatever you're using, I want to make sure I've got name, email, and phone number. If one of the leads does not have a phone number, I'm going to skip it for now. All right. So look at that. Yeah. Different color, different roof, no tree, completely different landscaping. The sidewalk is different. The approach is different. There's a lamp where there was no lamp before. The owner of this home would never recognize this, right? There's no way. They will never recognize. But here's the cool thing. People in the area will recognize it as being something that looks similar to homes in the area. So that's all. I absolutely hate stock imagery. I think it looks like trash. And where did it go? Oh, there we go. All right. So I will. Beautiful. And it's even in landscape format. I love it. So I'm going to download it. And then I'm going to upload it for my B. So again, we're creating a B presentation, right? I'm going to use this one. And if it's in a pinch, I'll use it for an A, right? The key is taking action and getting in front of people. The key is not to be perfect. You will get perfect. You will get better as you do activity. So as you take more action, you will get better. If you're going to be one of those people and take a month to get perfect, you're just going to miss opportunity. You're going to miss out on just $20,000-$30,000 in potential income and not learn anything, right? You're only going to learn. Boom. We got that. Deleted the other one. Click save and add seller, save and start marketing. Just click through. Once you have the photo, just click through. All right. And it's going to start generating. And let's go back to let's go back to the one that we just did a minute ago. So we got a B, right? There's our A presentation, 789 Maple Drive, right? So this is specific to that one home, a beautiful home in Northern California. That's my B presentation, or just when I need the expired in a pinch. Maybe I get a call back from one of the expires I called last week, or I sent the text and I got a call back and they want to meet me at 3:00 and there's just no way I can even get to add their property to my account. Cause I'm in a pinch. I'm just going to take the B presentation. I'm going to run with it. All right. Let's click on the address. Here's the flip book. So again, this is the one that we just added a few minutes ago for Carla Jones at 789 Maple Drive, Folsom, California, the complete marketing plan to get your expired home sold. And there's my introduction. I'll show you where that is in a few minutes. That's her home on every single image. Looks gorgeous. Look at that. Beautiful. Got the domain. I'm going to show you where to customize the domain too. Let's scan the QR code together. Let's see, like you saw, right? I didn't do any QR code work. I didn't do anything in Canva. I didn't do anything. I just added the listing and boom, look at that. Are you kidding me? Gorgeous, beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Oh, it's just gorgeous, beautiful. I got my client review website. If you need help with that, go with support. If you don't have that, we can import reviews from Google, Testimonial Tree, Zillow automatically, and you can add reviews manually if you got them in other places. So now this is the link. So here's the deal. let's come back to, so I'm going to keep that link handy. Back in school, right? We want to identify 5 to 10 expires every day if possible. I recommend, and it says right here, start with expireds that are 30 days old and work backwards. So I'm going to log into whatever system I'm using, Redx, Vulcan 7, My Plus Leads, the MLS, Remine, whatever it is. And I'm going to go, I'm going to just do I'm going to do the search starting, today is January 28th. So December 28th. And then maybe I do like week by week. So December 28th to the 21st. Let me see all of the expireds. Yeah, this is in the school. I'll put that link so we can all, but again, I don't want you clicking on the link because I want you to be watching me. And if later you can't find it, the best thing to do is go to the mastermind group, because that way somebody else can help you out as well. And I like the engagement in the mastermind group. Oh, you're waiting to be accepted. All right, let me do one more run through for all of you laggards. All right, I love you all, but let's get you in here. Jermer Foster, Arif, Ana Gonzalez, Melissa. Oh, Melissa, get with our team because we're trying to get your account set up. All right. So Melissa Lujo, yeah, make sure you get with our team. They may have reached out to you. I know they were trying to get your account set up this morning. All right. Frida Williams, Carla, Miss Carla, Lorraine. All right, you people. I'm keeping an eye on all of you. All right, now you're all in. Sometimes it takes a few minutes to get accepted. So just might take a few minutes. So whatever. But anyways, so every day you need to be putting 5 to 10 expireds into your pipeline, all right, or into your contacts might be a better way of putting it. And there's 3 really good groups to go after in a kind of congruent way. The ones that are 30 days old and older, the ones that are 6 months old and older, and then the ones that are new. Maybe so there's a difference in all 3 of those. In all 3 groups, they are all very different psychologically for the most part. Every time, so when a new expired comes through, if you've never had experience with this before, you need to confirm that it is still expired. I don't care what the data provider is, none of them are absolutely perfect. So anytime I see an expired come through, I'm looking at price point, I'm looking at the address, and is there a name, phone number, and email? If you're using a service like Redx, My Plus Leads, and so on, that you'll know if it's on the do not call list. So it'll tell you right there, which is awesome. I love it. From there, I am going to call them. So I'm going to call through 5 to 10 at a time. So this is a little bit art, a little bit science, what you're comfortable with, how you want to do things. But when I go through my expireds, the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna call them. And we got the script. We'll get to that in a minute, but I just want to give you the overview. So I'm gonna call them, right? And I got a script if I get them on live. I got a script if it's a voicemail. There's a difference, and you'll see why when you get into that section. And then what I'm gonna do is if I get a hold of anybody, great, right? There's a script. I'm gonna go through that. If for everyone I don't, I'm gonna send a text. And the text I'm going to send them will include a link to the flip book. All right. I got a script. There's actually, it's a 3 text campaign for the A leads every 2 days. And it's a 4 text campaign for the B leads every 2 days until they respond. And then from there, we got the letters, we got the presentation booklet for the B's and the A's. And I'll tell you, all three of those people that have the videos under success stories, none of them did anything I said. All right. They listened to a couple of webinars or a couple of calls, and they just went off and did things in their way. Okay. Which is why watching those 3 videos are going to be so awesome for you, because you're going to have heard it from me, but then you're going to hear it from them as well. And everyone's got a little bit of a different flavor on how they do things. Carla, the way you do things and the way Evan down in Florida is going to do things, you two are going to just be completely different, even if you agree to do the same thing, because the way you talk is different, the way you act is different, your styles are different. All right. So the trash letters completely in there. Yeah, we'll get to that in a minute. So, anyways, those are the three groups. Just because you got time. If you don't have time, if you go through the ones that are, for example, 6 months and older, just do like today, go look at the ones that are from July 28th through July 1st and just go through the list, right? You're going to weed out maybe half of them that are showing up as expired still. They're too far out, they're too low in price point. You look it up, they actually are sold, or maybe they're relisted, right? But you might find 10 that are still expired. They've not relisted. They're a good price point, good area. I got a phone number, I got an email, I got a name. I'm going to call them. And we got the call right here. Call script, get them live. Call script, leave a voicemail. So you'll go through the call script. You're going to call them up. And again, you may do it just a little bit differently, but it's a great little script right here. The key, there's two keys in calling in all messaging. All right. There are two keys in all messaging. I'm going to give them to you. These are the two keys. One, you want to mention that you know that they're for you'll see here. I saw your home was listed for 97 days. Letting them know, right? They by saying it like this, that you know their home was on the market for 6 months and 23 days, for 4 months and 19 days, for 143 days, right? That gets their attention. You immediately get credibility in their minds that you are not just dialing for dollars, that you're not just wasting their time, that you're not some scammer or cold caller, that you are somebody that knows what's up. All right. That is key. That came to me from JJ. Other people have used it with good results. So when you're looking in My Plus Leads, you're looking in Redex, right? You'll be able to see, right, the date it was listed, the date it went off market. I use ChatGPT. I'm not smart enough to count. All right, some months have 30, 29, 31. I don't know. So I just go into ChatGPT and I say, listed this date, expired this date. How long was it on the market for? Boom. It tells me what it, beautiful. I love it. That's key number one. Key number two, you got to get out. All right. That you have a 100 plus point expired home marketing plan. Those two things are absolutely critical to get out front ASAP. So there's a call script. You're going to have some different versions depending on how they respond. Lead response, if they say yes. Lead response, if they hesitate. Lead response, if they say they're already talking to another agent. Lead response, if they're not relisting or taking a break. So go through that. When you leave a voicemail, I would leave a voicemail. Everyone's different. All right. In fact, my wife, who's a mortgage broker, she literally goes back and forth all the time. One week, I'm not leaving voicemails. Next week, I'm leaving voicemails. The next week, I'm going to text, then I'm going to call. Then I'm going to call, then I'm going to text. That's awesome. I don't care how you do it necessarily, as long as you're doing it, and as long as you're conscious about what you're doing so that you can evaluate for you. Because I can tell you, I can ask 10 agents, what's the best way to do this? I'm going to get 10 different answers. Every agent is going to tell me that their version is A/B tested and it's the best way of doing it. And then you're going to do it and have different results. So the best thing that you can do is take best practices, be consistent, pay attention to what you're doing, what works for you, and then just keep doing it. All right. Just keep doing it. So then so what I would do is I would call through 5 to 10 expireds. All right. I don't want to call, text, email, because I get out of sync. So I'm going to just go through my expireds, right? No, yes. I'm going to call, right? Do I get them live or am I leaving a voicemail? All right. Next one, call, live, voicemail. Next one, call, live or voicemail. All right. Then I'm going to go through 5 to 10. Then I'm going to text them. So there's a text for the A's, and really the biggest difference is when I text an A lead, just the link is to their flipbook. And I just use bit.ly to shorten the URL. You can go to bit.ly.com, bit.ly, and I just shorten the URL. And that way it's just a little cleaner in the text. So you'll see here bit.ly bit.ly. And what you're going to do is, all right, so Evan, Carla, just copy this and drop it into your phone, Lofty, Follow Up Boss, whatever texting program that you're using. Some CRMs have them, some don't, but you're going to text this to the lead. All right. Hi, my name is. Don't spam people. I'm just telling you right now, do not spam people. You don't want to you don't need to. You literally don't need to. All right. Spamming is not only will it get you into trouble and really just not be the best thing for so many different reasons, you literally just don't need to. All right. You literally just don't need to. If you're one of those, oh, I'm going to automate this, I'm going to spam everybody, and you're just going to get more headaches. You're just going to get more headaches. All right. Rosario, I believe Scott can send you a link to get. Yes, I'll send that here again in a few minutes. All right. Then if they don't respond after a couple of days, you got text number 2. Right. Text number 1 is, I just want to share my 24-page, 100 plus point expired home marketing plan that shows how I sell homes in this market to get you the strongest offers possible. And yours may be 26 or 27 pages, right? So that 24 may change, but notice we're getting out, right? 100 plus point expired marketing plan, right? I want to get that front and center. Then it's a link because they're an A lead. That's going to go to their specific flip book. And if they don't respond in a couple of days, then the second one, right? Now, the difference between the first and the second one, besides the text, is the link is now going to the property website. It's the same link that's in the flip book itself. When you're in the flip book, the link to this is right in the flip book. And then if they don't respond a few days later, then you send this one. And this offer here is just essentially to give them a hard copy. For the B leads, and even for the C leads, all right, so for B and C, because for the B and C's, we call, we text, we're going to email as well. Now, the difference between B and C, the only difference between a B and C is the C leads will never get a hard copy of this because these are like $10 each. So whereas the A leads are going to get the copy specifically for their home that I'm going to add to my listings to leads account. I'm going to print it up at home or my office, and I'm going to door knock or mail it. These are my A leads. For my B leads, I'm going to order this from listings to leads, and all of my B leads get the same presentation. I'm going to have 30 of them on my desk. And my goal is every month to get 30 door knocked or mailed. 30 every month. It'll be the best money you spend in real estate, I promise you. I can't guarantee, I shouldn't even promise, but I can 97% promise it will be the best money and time you spend in real estate. Scott Murray even said, the dude put 32 million into contract last year. He knows what he's doing. He said, door knocking is not necessarily the most efficient use of his time, but it was the most effective use of his time. Now, I can't necessarily explain the difference in that terminology. I know what efficient, I know what effective means, but to me, it's almost the same thing. But his point is taken. Right? I can send out 200 text messages, which is spam, in 10 minutes. You can't door knock 200 homes with the presentation, A or B. But what you can do is door knock and make connections so much faster and stronger. And I think that's what he means by effective, maybe not efficient. I think, Carla, yeah, 30 books. Yeah, 30 a month. That's on average, or 20 a month to get started. Let's just say 20 to get started. That's one a day. Now, you're not going to do one a day. I would do 3 or 4 one day and 1 or 2 the next day for a week. And then the next week, because as you'll see in the Scott Murray video, he would batch his door knocking. So when he's going through all the expireds, he would just kind of look at the list and say, all right, these 4 or 5 are over in this area. And so one day he went over there and went door knocking, right, to those homes. And the next day he had a group of expired homes in another area, right, on the list. And then he went and door knocked to them. And then the third day, so he's not bouncing around all over the city. All right. Now, if you're mailing, it won't matter so much. If I'm going to drop these in the mail, but here's the thing. And Carla, I know you get this because we've talked about this before. But for all of you, and we always say this, is, oh, I look so much better in person than in the pictures. We all say, why do you look better in person than in pictures? Because your energy and your vibe comes through. The same thing with mailing and door knocking. When you door knock and you're professional and you've got this with you, and you got the other things I'm going to mention here in a few minutes, I'm going to try to make sure we wrap this up. When they get to see you, right, in your personality, Carla, exactly your personality, and that you're a real person. All right. One of the, my wife will get this. People go, oh, I just thought you were some like picture. I didn't even think like you like a real person. When they can see that you're a real person and that you've got this presentation booklet, you're you're halfway there. You're halfway there. But when you're just doing mailing, it's a lot harder. That's a much harder. I know we got people, and I'll mention Cindy here in a little bit, where she did the text sequence to a B lead. It was a text sequence and then one of the letters, and got a call for a listing presentation, which was fun, which was phenomenal. But anyways, yeah, and that's why I like to do all of it. I want to call, I want to text, I want to send the email. But if they don't respond to a call, a text, or an email, especially if they're an A lead, I'm gonna go door knock. I'm gonna door knock that person, and I'm gonna have a goal of door knocking 5 to 6, 7 people a week, A or B, because again, I know if I can door knock 5 to 7 people, I'll leave it behind if they're not there. Then I'm gonna start getting listings. You'll have a listing within a few weeks, right? If you just do it. I've been mistaken for a model myself. Evan, I don't doubt that at all. All right, let's make sure. So again, keep in mind, we got all of this stuff right here. So if we don't get a chance to get through all of it, go through it on your own time, get into the mastermind group, ask questions. You're only going to learn if you go through this, but start taking action. So for the email, there's a great post right here for the original email, and you can ask questions here if you need to. The email is just super simple. And again, take this and drop it right into Lofty or Follow Up Boss or Gmail. I can just drop that into Gmail and hello, Frank. Okay. And again, right here's the email. I might bold 100. I might bold that part right there. And the only thing you're going to really change per email is you want to send a link to the home on Zillow. Why? Because it's never going to look as good as the flip book, whether it's A or a B. The only difference, an A, the link is going to be to the specific flip book. And for the B leads, it's just going to be the B link. Okay. That's the only difference. But this will always look better than Zillow. And they're going to look at the Zillow link and go, oh, my home, no wonder my home didn't sell. It doesn't look that great. It's on Zillow and it might be using Google Street View. It's just going to look plain. And then when they see, again, A or B, they see that flip book, they're going to be like, this is what I want, this marketing, not that Zillow stuff. So the email, and again, this is the email we got from a great agent. He had a more complicated version. I simplified it. But anyways, yeah. So that email. And then I'm going to give it, because we got the call, the text sequence, that goes either 6 or 8 days, assuming they never respond. But again, I'm going to be subjective. I'm going to be cognizant and conscious about what I'm doing. And if it's a great listing and I haven't door knocked it all this week, or if I haven't sent any of these off in the mail this week, I'm either going to mail them or I'm going to door knock them. And again, door knocking is going to have, I would say, easily 6 to 8x more conversion than mailing, even time wise. Oh my God. And for me, handwriting envelopes just kill me. For those of you that are good at doing that stuff, God bless you. But that's not me. All right. Door knocking. All right. We got the door knocking A leads. Now, this gets to, and this is also essentially the same thing with mailing. So the A leads, property specific, flip book, presentation book. If you don't have a binder at your office, I got a couple of links to binders. I got both of them. I got both of the ones here. Cover letter. This is a cover letter. If it is A, then the QR code will go to their specific flip book. But for all your B's, it's just going to be the same flip book. The only thing different on the cover letter is just their name. Hello, Carla Jones. And I've even got a little blurb in here. See how to add the QR codes. So there's a post here. If you don't know how to do the QR codes in Canva, I got a link right here. So easy to do. So you're going to have the presentation. You're going to have the cover letter. You're going to have the trash sheet. Here's the trash sheet. What this is, it's either the MLS printout, it's Zillow, it's whatever. It's meant to be black and white. If you got a dot matrix printer, even better. All right. This is not meant to be fancy. Do not put this in color. You want it in black and white. There's a reason why it's called the trash sheet. And you're just going to circle a couple of things on it, like a couple of photos, the price area, maybe the property detail. And then you're going to you're going to write in your handwriting, I know why your home didn't sell. Call me, your name, and your phone number. All right. I know why your home didn't sell. Call me. And that is bonkers. It works. Oh, there's beautiful. Oh my God. Gwen Dorsey. If any of you are on the call this morning, we did this most amazing AI prompt. Oh, it's amazing. And she already went and did it. That woman, this is a great woman. 3 listings, 2 buyers, and a pipeline in 7 weeks. She started with us in the very beginning. I was brand new to teaching expireds, and she was brand new to expireds, but she was with me in the very beginning, and she's killing it. She's doing so well. She loves door knocking also. She loves being able to meet people. But yeah, Gwen Dorsey, love that woman. But back to the school here. So there's the trash sheet. And the last thing I'll show you here for this is the home selling process outline. Click listings. So if you just click right there, it'll take you right to it, I believe. Maybe not. All right. So 2 things I'm going to show you right here, the introduction and this last handout. All right. So if you go to listing presentation tab in listings to leads, all right, listing presentation print, there's 2 things here you want to look at, introduction and home selling process outline. I'll show you that first. This is a great thing to print and include either in a regular listing presentation and also the expired. Great for FSBOs as well. And the introduction right here, this is where you can drop in your introduction. And that way it will appear in the flip book. Do I have a flip book? I should. Yeah, boom. There we go. There's my introduction. And so again, that introduction is, go to listings and listing presentation right there. All right, listing presentation and print, listing presentation, print, introduction, and home selling process outline. Okay. And that, if you door knock with that stuff right there, you're going to be in a good spot. If you do not speak to the homeowner, leave it at the door, then you're going to want to text them. And I would even call them afterwards, let them know that you dropped it off. We don't want them to be not even knowing it's there. That's not a great thing. Because you may be leaving the presentation at the door, here's an option for an envelope. We don't want to use a paper envelope necessarily for door knocking because maybe we drop it off. And maybe we call them and text them and say, "Hey, Carla, this is Scott, and I dropped off my 100-point home marketing plan for your home. I saw it was on the market for 3 months and 13 days. And so love to get your opinion. We have a chance to take a look at it." But then maybe Carla Jones is on vacation for a week. And now that paper envelope is going to be so sad when she gets home. And this paper envelope that I spent time on looks like a weather beaten stepchild. We don't want that. Okay. We want a beautiful envelope. And so having this kind of a, is that the $32 for 100? I'm sure you can get smaller quantities, different colors, right? Maybe go in with somebody at your office if you want to. There might be, what is this? Is that red? Could be cool. Oh no, it's returns. Yikes. Anyways, all right. Door knocking bee leads, more or less the same stuff, except it's a general presentation. Home selling process outline, that was that we already looked at. Direct mail for the A leads, it's essentially the door knocking, except with a different type of envelope. Now, anytime we mail something, and if anybody's got any questions, Nikisha, give me a second here. Carla, obviously, thank you so much for hanging out. For mailing, right, 9x12, beautiful envelope, right, all different colors. Black is so sophisticated. I like the black one. I think it looks sharp. One of the things is, where's my markers? Anyways, I get these really nice pens. It's not this one. I wonder if I got them downstairs. And I got to put a link. I'll put a link on this page a little bit later, but I got these really nice Mitsubishi. They're like markers, but they're thin. So that way, when you're writing on the envelope, it's really going to stand out and look super, super sophisticated. It just looks so sharp. And here's the thing. Anytime I mail something, I want to put, whether you write it or you use a stamp, you want to put that message on the envelope. And why? Because when they get it, whether it's a letter or a presentation pack, your digital 100+ point marketing plan to get your expired home sold is inside. And whether you got the print version or using the letter, the QR code is in there. It's in there. It's either in the presentation or it's in the letter, and they can scan it. And that's the digital 100+ point home marketing plan. And that really helps get people to open up whatever it is that you're mailing them. Right. And you can even fit that on the door knock, right? Whatever the envelope I'm door knocking with, that can work as well. The last thing I'm going to mention here, well, two more things. One, the letter. Mail this letter every 21 days. Again, if you don't know how to do the QR codes, how to do the QR code on the letter, it's a Canva design. And what you're going to do is, what I do is, and this is even for the C leads, because when you're in My Plus Leads or RedX, they're always going to have a link to the Zillow. And where possible, I try to put their home on my letter, A, B, or C. Because if they see their home on the letter, you just get so much more results. For the B's and C's, it's all the same QR code because it's all the same flip book because it's all the same presentation. For the A's, they all get their own QR code, right? But imagine an A lead. I call, I text, I door knock, I print up and I create print and I door knock the presentation. I still don't get a hold of them. Then I'm going to put them on the letter for every 21 days until they tell me to get lost or convert. All right. So this letter is phenomenal. One of our clients, 3 text messages and 1 letter, got the call back. All right. Got the call back because the letter is better than everybody else's letter. Oh my God. I talked to so many people. Oh, this code. No, this letter. Why? Because A, it's got their home on the top, which, others do as well. But because from the letter, if it's a lead, I'm looking at my home. If it's a B lead, I'm looking at your 26, 27 page marketing presentation that's got clickable URLs, scannable codes, textable text messages or text codes. The letter would be sent via mail because you got the email already, right, Joycelyn? We got the email above, right? When you go up here, we got the email. It's similar, but just a little bit different. Yeah. All right. Last thing here. Check this out at the very bottom. And I wish it was more easier to see. Take a video, especially the ones that you order from us or even the ones that you print. Just take a quick video of you thumbing through it like this. This is a great little short form video. And you can do this every week as a story. I would do that. John Summers is doing it like every week. When you create these and it's not really related to expireds, but I'll give you a little flavor. So, when you go into a listing presentation and you print this up for a specific home, right? 1, 2, 3. It says, I know, there we go. Now you can see it. Prepared for whatever. I can't read. I'm reading it backwards now. But you can see it says prepared for. When you get a listing that goes into contract, and then again, when it sells, I'll show you something. You do the same type of video, but with the specific presentation for the home that you listed when it goes into contract and when it sells. Check this out. Because we've got the just sold classroom. And under here, let's see, short form video. Let's see, home values have changed. No, 100 point. Let me see if it's right here. I know I got it somewhere. Let me see. Oh, maybe I didn't do that one. Yeah, maybe I didn't. Okay. Yeah. Oh, maybe I didn't do it. Okay. Anyways, I'm gonna get that video recorded in the next day or two. But very similar to the video that you saw of the expired booklet as a Instagram story or TikTok or Instagram reel even. Because what am I trying? I'm just trying to show people that I've got this. And so this is a great way on social media. And this could be a Facebook post, right? Hey, my 100 point home marketing plan to get your home sold. That could be the standard listing presentation that you can do. You could do this for the expired. But again, when I get a home in contract or a home sold, I'm going to do something similar to this as well. And I would just talk about, hey, 123 Main Street just went into contract and my 100 point home marketing plan got 10,000 views for this home versus 400 on Zillow. And people, they can see, right, physically see this, which hits differently than just having a link to a digital version. Does that make sense for everybody? Everybody get that? Are we good? All right. We could never go through everything, right? There's just so much here. But again, remember, we have every 4 times a week, I go through and I'm going to give you the link one last time. So live recorded calls. I'm going to put that link. In fact, I'm sorry. Let me go to the blog. And in fact, let me give you just the main link as well. So here's the main blog link, just listings2leads.com/blog. A lot of great stuff right there. And for the classes, let me find the link. Order. There we go. So here is, 4 o'clock today. We got another call coming up, right? At 4 o'clock. And it is dedicated to the exact same thing I just was covering today. Yeah, Evan, if you got it pulled up, maybe you've already got access to it. What you're going to want to do is go copy. So when you got it pulled up like this, go file, make a copy, and then make a copy to your computer, to your Canva account. Then you can edit it and save it. Okay. Evan, you want to try that real quick and just let me know if that worked for you? Oh, almost went down the wrong pipe right there. All right. Any other questions? I'm telling you, people, it's only the only thing standing between you and a listing in the next 2 weeks is you. That's it. I almost can guarantee any one of you can get a listing, and I know some of you are in the worst weather conditions possible, but if you start taking action right now, and then the beautiful thing is, once you get one listing, you're gonna get more if you don't forget to keep doing it. Again, so file right there, you got the drop down, and then all right, so you got the drop down, you got all these options. Make a copy right there, make a copy. Yes. How do I sign up for this? David, I got no idea. But actually, I do. Here's the link: listings to leads.com. All right, David, that you got the link? Let me know if you got the link before I let everybody go. Thank you so much, everybody. One last thing: do not forget your affiliate link. I swear, somebody this morning signed up, and who was it? I'm not going to say who it was, but you know I do. Anyway, I can't remember. But they said they heard about us from somebody, but they signed up on our from a Google ad, but yet they heard about us from somebody that I recognize the name. I know who it was. I just can't remember off the top of my head, but they said, yeah, I heard about you from Amanda something, right? But then they were using like as if they Googled us and then found a Google ad and signed up from there instead of Amanda's affiliate link. So now Amanda does not get 15% recurring off of their sign up, which is sad. And so here, if you go to affiliate link, you're going to put a PayPal email in here, like a PayPal email address. That's how we pay. And then as soon as somebody signs up, I think you get notified, but regardless, when they pay, you get paid the same day. All right. You get paid the same day. And so use your affiliate link. I don't want to hear, oh yeah, Evan or Robert told me all about you, how great you guys were. And you're signing up and you're not using their affiliate link. So give your affiliate link to people, all right, so they can sign up with it. You get 15%, 7 people sign up, you got a free account. We've had people making over $1,000 a month. It's like ridiculous. All right, everybody, awesome stuff right there. Hopefully, I'd love to see you guys tonight. I love people on the 7 a.m. Zooms, the 4 p.m. Zooms. It's a little bit of a smaller crowd. I can see you. It's a little bit more interactive. And so by all means, please join us on those if you got the chance as well. All right. Every Monday, every Wednesday, we do those live. All right. Thank you. Get out of here. Take action. Talk to you soon.